All right, all the building blocks for the homepage are ready. So now it's time to put them together and build the homepage. Now in this lesson, I'm not going to put all these blocks together because the steps are going to be repetitive. So I'm only going to add the navigation bar, the hero block, and the domain block. So as part of this, we're going to talk about some additional techniques you need to know. And then at the end of this lesson, you will see that we have a layout issue in the domain block. So in the next lesson, I will show you how to troubleshoot and fix these issues. So back to index.html. Inside the body element, we're going to add a header. That is the header of our page. What do we have in a header? The navigation bar. So let's pull up the template for our navigation bar, copy all this code, and then paste it right here. Save. Now, before adding the next block, I want to make sure everything looks good up to this point. I want to do one last test. So back to the browser. Earlier, we used the browser resizing technique to see how this component looks like on mobiles, tablets, and wider screens. Now, this technique is pretty simple and helps you catch 70% of the issues. But the problem with this technique is that we cannot make this browser window smaller than 500 pixels. But the resolution of most mobile devices is somewhere around 320 to 470 pixels. So this is where we bring up Chrome DevTools. Then we click on this icon to toggle the responsive mode. Now let me undock Chrome DevTools so we can see clearly. Great. Now on this window, we get a better idea of how our component looks like on various devices. So on the top, we have this drop-down list where we can select various devices. We also have this bar where we can see category of devices. So we have small mobiles that are 320 pixels wide. Then we have medium mobiles, large mobiles, tablets, and so on. We can click on any of these areas to see how our component looks like. So our navigation bar looks great on a tablet. What about on a small mobile? It looks great. We can also drag and drop this bar to see how it looks like on various screens. Now, from this drop-down list, it's always good to check with an old phone like iPhone 5. Our component looks great. We can also rotate the phone. Everything is perfect. So now we're going to move on and add the next block on this page. And by the way, we should have technically done this step when we were building each component in isolation. I didn't do this earlier because I didn't want to keep going back and forth between this window. It would just make it harder for you to follow the course. All right, now to get out of this, we're going to click on this icon one more time. Good. So we're done with our navigation bar. Back to index.html. After the header, I'm going to add the hero component. So let's go to block-hero. Take all this code and paste it here. Save. Now, one more time, we get back to this window and make sure our page looks great on various screen sizes. So small mobiles, medium mobiles, and so on. And by the way, we can also zoom in and zoom out to see things more clearly. So this is at 100%. We can go to 50% and so on. So back to index.html, we added the hero block. Now let's add the domain block where we're going to have a layout issue. So we're going to go to block domain, copy all this code, and then paste it right here. Good. All right, look, on a small mobile, we have this white space on the right side of the page, and this is coming from this button. This button has fallen outside of its container. In the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot and fix issues like this.